I am ready when you are.
Got it ready? All right. Three, two, one, play.
Text me again, remaining friends was a mistake that I shouldn't have made. Message on red, blame pretend, caught in a thread of strung along heartbreaks, waiting to be
Like that
real
bass.
for once. I could lie for hours. Suddenly, epiphany. You are not what I
Huh. That was cool. I was wondering what that there's a cool background noise in there.
Yeah, and all the wait, three of the four tracks on this EP clock in at 1 minute and 59 seconds, and the last one is at 1 minute and 49 seconds.
Wow, that's interesting.
Four songs, 7 minutes 47 seconds. Huh?
Yeah, this is a very short. I'm sure there's got to be some meaning in that, I would think.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think if they're all the same, I mean, like or close, that's pretty
or
good.
maybe the 747 is like some lucky number or something.
Sure, I can
I
see
used
that.
every once in a while, like when I was bouncing tracks out on my EP, if it was close to a certain number that had some sort of meaning, I would just make it that length because it's like, yeah, I want it to be that length.
Is
That's
there any sort of like freeware production program that will only let you put out like 2 minutes or less songs?
probably.
Which, whatever it is, like if that's the case, whatever that program is, cranked out pretty good sounding tracks.
Yeah. Um, Man, I don't even. There's every once in a while you just listen to one that you're like not expecting, and you're like, I don't even know what to think of this because I'm just thinking about it still. Very interesting track, interesting vibe. Surprisingly short because of the 159 constraint or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was definitely relaxing. I would be tempted to listen to the rest of the other, 6 minutes 48 seconds,
I will
or
be.
5 minutes 48 seconds. But yeah, do you have any first impressions on this one?
Yeah, I may know this person without knowing it, but I don't even know who this is. I definitely was taken by it. So I mean, I thought it was well, well recorded. I think you were right when that bass kind of came in. It was right on like
Yeah.
where you wanted it to be, and at the right moment. Yeah, I voice sounded good. I mean, like production quality was pretty solid.
Yeah, I was kind of debating it a little because at the beginning I was thinking like this sounds compared to the other one sounds really quiet to me. And the intro sort of had me wondering. It was a little bit long. I was wondering like when the rest is going to come in. Uh, and then I thought it sounded to me like the vocals were a little bit quiet, especially compared to the. It sounded like the guitar was kind of overpowering the vocals a little bit. The bass was the part that I thought was really the highlight. Like when that came in, that smooth sort of foundational element, that really helped a lot to make it sound like a clean production. I just like it was interesting because at the beginning I had the impression that this was, you know, needed some work on the production, and then that came in and kind of made things a lot better. Uh,
Yeah, and I think the way that the recording of that guitar, I mean, it sounded like that was an actual guitar being recorded, and I
yeah,
think maybe it probably it could have been suffering from like mic placement or room or whatever, but it could have also been like purposefully kind of lo-fi sounding. So I mean, like
right.
it gave it kind of a bit of a vibe. So
Right. Yeah, I like that sound and that vibe a lot, the sort of lo-fi thing. It blends in nicely with that sort of background, you know, vinyl scratch noise or whatever it is.
mhm.
Um, I just was, you know, a little bit. I felt like the levels could have been tweaked a little bit with that. Um, and oh, and there's a description with this too. Um, just someone who finds solace in music and solace in music, and finally has the courage to share his with the world. Cool. That's great to hear. I was gonna after I read that, I was thinking like, wow, if this is somebody's first release, that's really good. That's like
Yeah,
really impressive.
yeah, like that bass and that and kind of the production. I mean, like it reminded me of what is it? Alina Baraz.
Sure.
Um, Kind of had like that kind of it felt like that production.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, if that really is the first thing,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my only other comments or observations outside of those sort of really minor mix things are uh, part of me wishes that it was a little bit longer. It just wishes maybe there was, you know, another verse or something, but not necessarily short. Nothing wrong with short. Um, the only arrangement thing that I really thought could maybe be benefited from was like that intro sounded almost like a loop that just went on for a little bit too long. And if your song is only 2 minutes, you might benefit from spending a little bit less time on just that same sort of intro loop without any vocals or anything. But again, those are pretty minor elements. Do you have
yeah.
anything else?
And no, and like you know, you saying like there's the number of songs that exist in the world that like are what I consider to be like perfect songs, but like that I would love to hear a little bit more of. I always
Mhm.
wonder like if I heard a little bit more of it, would it not be perfect anymore? And
Mm.
not to put perfection on this particular track, but like when a song's that short and it makes you want it to be longer, I think
Yeah,
sometimes that's part of the smartness of the song.
yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. Cool.
Rate it.
All right, let's rate it. Let's do it. How do you want to go first on this one?
I don't.
All right, I'll go first on this one, and then maybe the next one you'll go first.
We'll see.
Fair enough. Um, I'm gonna say right around a 3 for this one. I don't know if I would personally add this to my library, but I do feel like it's worthy of being added to playlists and libraries. Like if you want to make a few tweaks, that's great. But I don't think it's necessarily needed for this one. So I would say 3. It's ready to be streamed and listened to. In this form, I don't know if I would add to my personal library or to the fast track featured one. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
I'll uh I'll I'll concur with the 3. For me, I am adding it to my playlist. And I'm really actually kind of excited to listen to the other 3 tracks.
Yeah, me too.
Um, but yeah, but I get it. Like it's I feel like if I'm building the right playlist, this is a really good track for it. Like if I was putting something with like Sir and what is it, R Lummer and some of those kind of like neo soul electronica
Mm.
kind of I think it would be really good fit. So I mean that's a compliment in my
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, definitely. Again, super impressive, especially this is a first release. And I like the aesthetics of it, the way that it sounds, and the whole thing with the tracks being the same length and